Hey, what's going on? This is Tech Maki, and this will be my first official guide video for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. In case you don't know me, I'm a Final Fantasy Brave Exvius streamer on Twitch, and if you want to check out my channel, it's in the description down below. And I just wanted to make this video to give some more back to the community, try to help out some of the newer players, and maybe even give a little insight to the veteran players that just dismissed Friends Point units right off the bat. So essentially, Friends Point units are a form of, or they're free units that the company, the developers, Gumi, Square Enix, Alum, give to us to get into the game and just get cracking. With the current way the game is right now, we have a lot of rare summon tickets and lobs that we get right off the bat. So these units really aren't that useful right after the tutorial mission. You can just, right after you finish that, you can go ahead and summon new units. So what are they actually good for is the real question, right? So essentially, we have all these Friends Point units over here on the right of the screen, and that's a good chunk of units that are just absolutely nonsense. They're useless, right? Well, they do have some uses. I pretty much label them as three main uses that you can use the Friends Point units for. So you have, first of all, you have experience. Second, gil. Third is trust mastery rewards. So we're going to talk about these individually for a split second here. So for experience, you can use these units if you have better units. You can use them after you pull them to smash or fuse into your, or enhance, whatever you want to call it, into your other units, your rarer units. And the gains might be minuscule. They can probably help out for the initial first 10 levels, maybe a little bit past that, but they're really not that important for experience. I think if you're really looking at leveling your units, you'd have a better chance of leveling them doing either Cactuar Dunes and earning Minitars, Cactars, or the Metal Gigantars and whatnot, or going to explorations, or doing the Chamber of Experience, or whatever event is going on in the Vortex at that time. So experience, the lowest on the list, really. Next up, I think the second most important thing for them is the gil. Now, you can use these guys to make a good chunk of gil when you're first starting off the game. Some of these units, especially when they're summoned at 1 stars, they take very little experience to level up. I think it's somewhere around 5,000 as a 1 star, maybe 10,000 as a 2 star. I don't remember the specific numbers, but I think one star is around 5,000 experience, and that is easily obtained by going into the Chamber of Vortex or using a metal Minitar. So you can take those little guys, and you can either take the gil. I don't like this method of using the Minitars to level those guys up so you can sell them afterwards, because it's more you're using gil to make gil, and I'm more of that pure profit guy, you know what I'm saying? So I would take them into the Chamber of Experience, either I think it's beginner or intermediate, and that should be enough to level up a full team of 5. Now you can do that, and then afterwards you can sell them for a nice chunk of change. It's enough to get you started in the game. You know, if you want to buy equipment from any of the shops, or you're looking at doing any awakenings, or you want to do some crafting, that's your fastest way of getting experience back. I had to do this when I first started the game, because I went through money through gil so quickly, awakening units. Now, the last thing that you can do with them is the Trust Master Rewards. Now, Trust Master Rewards are the they're usually materia or items or something that will be on the bottom part of the screen when you're looking at a unit in the status screen, and it'll vary from unit to unit. Sometimes it's equip this, or it's a skill, or some cool piece of gear. But for the Friends Point units, most of them are crap. But in my opinion, there are 5 main units from the Friends Point units that you can actually use for Trust Master Rewards. So these are the 5 that I think are the most important. So we'll go through them really quick, so you know which units and what they do, or what the Trust Master is that they do. The first one, I think, is Montana. Montana has the Trust Mastery of Camouflage. I think this is a great little or TM for healers or mages, somebody that's not that tanky and you don't want them to get targeted by the enemy all that much. So you can take Montana and you can get him up to 100%, however you want to do it. I would suggest just summoning more, and you can get his Camouflage TM. Next up, I think, is Riser. Riser is a he's more than likely, he was the first unit that I summoned when I played the tutorial, and his TM is HP plus 10%. A lot of people use this TM. I know a few of the guys who are on my channel, on Clake's channel, Kamian TV's channel. They've been maxing out their risers for a while just so they can get those HP plus 10%, but I don't think a lot of people were looking at all the other ones. So anyway, I think he's a pretty decent one. Can never hurt to have a little bit more HP, right? And it's a free TM for the most part. So after that, you have King Giat. His ability is Stone Killer, and that's not a bad skill. Excuse me. I think most of the TMs, that you can get, if they have a killer attached to them, they're great. Most of the killers, depending on what it is, either way, when you put it on, it's going to increase your attack by 50% versus that type of enemy. So for King Giat, it is a stone enemy. It's gonna hurt him 50% more, and I think that's pretty good for a Friends Point unit, right? Second up, we have Ali. His is Aquan Killer, and it is a great little TM again because it's versus anyone who's an Aquan enemy, fish, or they have shrimp or something, whatever. You know what I mean? It's good for those. It's good for those water-based enemies. And after that is I think I would deem this the most rare of the Friends Point units. That would be Skaha. She's a little dragoon, kind of cool looking. Too bad she's only a Friends Point unit. But her TM is Dragon Killer. Now, Dragon Killer is a great TM as well. Not as useful as the other two because dragons are slightly more rare, but they're really awesome for certain things. Like if you're looking at the trial boss, what is the Brachiosaur? This TM comes in handy, and there's a couple other things where this TM again will come in handy. These TMs, by the way, these can be some of your first sets of TMs that you obtain that aren't from rare summons, because like I said, these are free summons and you can get them extremely quick. There are great ways to earn free point or friends points extremely fast, and they can also help you level up, and it can help you rank up. So we can go ahead and move right on to earning friends points. For earning friends points, what you want to do is you want to take these guys and you want to go to the Earth Shrine level 1 or the first stage pretty much, and you're just going to keep smashing that. You just keep hitting it over and over again. Now some people are probably doing this on Nox or Mimu doing TM farming, but this can also be a great way for newer players to just earn some friends points and get some units out there and get some Trust Mastery rewards extremely quick by summoning over and over again. The second method that you can do to get friends point units is having people on your friends list. Now your friends list maxes out 130 people, and this can also work hand in hand with earning that trophy that's in the options. That gives you, I think it's Lapis and some other stuff like Star Quartz or something for a certain amount of friends points that you earn. So the more friends points that you get, or the more friends you have on your list, the more friends points you can get. I'm not going to say you have to, as a new player, get the friends point list maxed out. That's kind of, I don't think that's necessary. But looking later on down the road, if you're looking at maxing out those trophies or earning friends points quicker, so maybe you can get more of these TMs in case you want to make a full team of Dragon Killers, because there's a boss coming up for that. That's how you can do that. Now the friends points do max out at, I think it's 100,000, or I think it's 100,000 friends points. So some of us later on, as you go through the game, you'll end up having to probably just summon anyway to get rid of them. But they can also be used for the friends point banners that come up. And anyway, I hope this was informational for you guys, informative. And I hope that this really helps some newer players and veterans that really hadn't taken interest in these units. But anyway, again, my name is Tech Maki. This is my first video, so let me know what you think. If you liked it, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. And if you want to see future content, because I'm going to try to start making more and more videos, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And again, like I said, I'm a Twitch streamer, so if you want to help me grow my channel on Twitch, you can go ahead and look up the link in the description down below. But like I said, it's not necessary, but it'd be nice, you know what I mean? So anyway, again, Tech Maki, thanks for being here, and I'll see you again.